JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 3 episode review video, but before I get into that, it is extremely important, and if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead 2, pay attention to that episode title. I'll put that title in the description for you, and if that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I recommend that you don't watch this video any further to stay away from potential spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 3 episode number 6. The title of this episode is called Hounded. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode, and keep in mind I've seen this episode multiple times. Just rewatching them and reviewing them for the channel due to the fact that they announced that the Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the conclusion of the original Walking Dead series. That doesn't necessarily mean that the story won't continue with certain movies and certain other shows. But anyway, I'm not necessarily going to go in order here. I'm going to kind of jump around because things are kind of grouped together, but Andrea volunteers for gate duty and is trained to use a bow and arrow by one of the town guards, Haley, at Woodbury. When a walker approaches and their arrows fail to take the walker down, Andrea jumps over the wall and kills the walker with a knife. Daryl wouldn't have that problem. She is chastised by Haley for breaking the rules and called to the governor. Now, this is more towards the end of the episode. Andrea says that seeing the fight between Merle and Martinez the night before had invigorated her, and then Andrea spends the night with the governor, and they make love, have fun, and all that stuff and more. And then this is more towards the middle of the episode. Merle and 3 others from Woodbury have been tasked by the governor to locate Michonne, who had, of course, left the town. She ambushes them, killing 2 of Merle's men. Merle shoots Michonne in the leg, and then she runs off. Merle is left with inexperienced Gargiulio to track her. Merle continues the pursuit, and eventually the 2 of them engage in a fight. The fight draws walkers, which pin them down. Michonne escapes by slicing one, spilling its guts all over her and allowing her to flee unnoticed, while Gargiulio actually helps Merle to break free. Recognizing that Michonne is heading for the dangerous red zone, Merle calls off the hunt and returns to Woodbury with the intent to say that he killed Michonne. Gargiulio refuses to lie to the governor, forcing Merle to kill him. That's weird. A character that's in one episode, I believe, and I'm saying his name 3 times. Gargiulio. Interesting. Merle and Michonne both separately converge on a shopping mall where Glenn and Maggie have arrived to gather supplies for the newborn baby of Rick's. Michonne stays hidden, of course, as Merle approaches the 2, and Glenn right away, once Merle makes a peep, recognizes Merle. And he realizes that it's somebody a part of Rick's group, and that left him to die in Atlanta. He forces the 2 to drive him back. He kidnaps Maggie. He gets Maggie in an uncompromising position and gets something around her throat with him behind her, and he forces them to drive back to Woodbury. Michonne, overhearing the conversation, gathers the supplies Glenn and Maggie obtained and makes her way to the prison. In Woodbury, as Glenn and Maggie are locked into 2 separate rooms for later interrogation, Merle explains how he had killed Michonne to the governor. He interrupted the governor's sexy time with Andrea, as a matter of fact. Well, actually, they were already done. No, they started again, actually. I take that back. They were going again, I think, and Merle knocked on the door. And then we have Rick. He is still trying to cope with the death of his wife and his wife dying with the childbirth situation. He's alone in the prison boiler room where she had died when the phone rings. He answers it to hear the voice of Amy, Andrea's sister from Season 1, telling him she is in a safe place and will call back later. And then he gets another call later, shortly after, from Jim, another character from Season 1 that they left by the tree in, I believe, the second to last episode. I don't remember what the episode is called. The one before TS19. And he asks Rick to explain his justification for killing other people, and berates him for refusing to talk about Lori's death before dropping the call. So, Rick is going a little cuckoo here. And then we get a third call from Jackie, also in Season 1. 1. She's the one that stayed with Jenner back at the CDC. And then we get a third call from Jackie, also in Season 1. She's the one that stayed with Jenner back at the CDC. And then we get a third call from Jackie, also in Season 1. She's the one that stayed with Jenner back at the CDC. and she draws Rick to try to explain his refusal to talk about Lori's death. Finally, the last call is from Lori herself. Realization dawns on him that these calls have been coming from those that have died, and all imagined as part of his grief. Now, in other things going on, Daryl, Oscar, and Carl are clearing out walkers when Daryl spots one with Carol's knife in it, who they had, of course, thought had died in the previous walker raid. Seeing a secure door nearby, Daryl psychs himself up to confront Carol as a walker, only to open it and discover Carol inside, exhausted but alive and not bitten. He carries her back to the cells, and then the ending of the episode is Rick. He leaves the boiler room, cleans himself up, and goes to join the rest of the group, seeing his daughter for the first time since he saw Maggie carry her into the yard after she was born. And then Rick, from a distance, spots Michonne waiting patiently outside the gate, the prison, with supplies for the newborn, with walker guts all over as she was covered, masking the presence from the walkers. And Rick walks up to her at the gate, and then the episode ends. So, another very interesting episode of The Walking Dead. It's kind of a slow patch of episodes here. This one had some good moments. As far as my character of the episode, I'm going to give it to Merle. Merle had a lot of funny things happen in the episode. Of course, you have the Andrea and the governor getting it on, and then you have Rick answering the phone for dead people, Amy, Jackie, and Jim, and Lori, of course. So, I'm going to give it a 7.8 out of 10. A little bit better than the last episode, but it's not really saying much. But, I mean, a score of 7 out of 10 is still a very high score compared to some shows where it would be a 5 out of 10, if even. So, I think that's what I'm going to stick to, and it's good to see that Carol's still alive. We thought we lost her. Hopefully she'll be a more integral part of the group. I mean, I already know, but, you know, we thought Carol was actually dead, even though we didn't see her die. So, I think that's all I'm going to say about the episode. So, you've heard what I have to say. Now, it's your turn. So, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, and you really like this show, and you think this show is one of the best shows of all time, go ahead and smash that like button. I mean it. If you don't smash that like button, we're going to have some words. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in listening to these videos or watching them, whatever they want, however they want to do it, go ahead and share the video with them. Let them know that they can share it with other people. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section. Now, you can leave a lot of things. You can leave your character of the episode, moment of the episode, score of the episode, anything you want to talk about. Let's not try to spoil anything, because then other people, well, if you're watching this video, you probably have already watched The Walking Dead, I would hope. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to this awesome channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.